All right, we're here with Demon Baseball head coach Lane Burroughs. And Coach, you opened the season this weekend, but before we get into that, just talk about the preseason, how your practices and inter-squad scrimmages have been going.
Well, great. One good thing about it, we've had bad weather, but we hadn't missed a day of practice. We haven't had to go inside one time, and even though we had some snow and some rough weather, we've been out there every day. And we talk about it in our program. One of our slogans is dominate the elements, and I think our guys have done a great job of that. We're going to play in it. But practice has been going great. The guys are ready to play. I know it's a cliche saying, but it's time to play somebody else. It's starting to get stale, and we're right where we need to be. I like where we're at. I like our club, and we'll find out on Friday.
All right, you open up this weekend at Jacksonville State. Friday's 3, Saturday and Sunday are both at 1. So just talk about how excited you and your team are to be able to finally get started.
It's an exciting time. Everybody's 0-0 right now, so everybody's on their way to winning a national title, I guess. But we brought in a brand new team. We got 26 new players, and we like them. They've worked hard, great energy. One thing they hadn't done is play together in a real baseball game. So they'll need time to mesh and gel and figure each other out. And this Friday, we talk about it in baseball, and I guess in all sports, a marathon. It's not a sprint. So our goal is to dominate the moment, to live in the moment, and no matter what the scoreboard says at the end of the game on Friday, we're coming back Saturday, and that's the beauty of baseball. You get to come back the next day and play.
What are things that you have to do this weekend for your team to be successful?
Dominate the average play. We talk about that all the time. The great play is icing on the cake. We dominate the average play. We throw strikes, command the strike zone, and situational hitting. That's what our games come to. The 3-run homer days, the Earl Weaver baseball, I think, are a thing of the past right now with the new bats, and we have to just dominate the average play, pound the strike zone, and situational hitting, and I think that's pretty much across the board for everybody in the country.
All right, break down Jacksonville State for us.
Well, Jim Case, first of all, he's been there 13 years. He's found a nice niche over there, and he's a great baseball man. He really is. I've known him for a long time, and I've sat beside him recruiting, learned a lot from him, and he's a very good baseball coach. I know they got 2 preseason All-Americans. They got a closer that had 17 saves, and they got an outfielder that played in the Cape, and he was their leading hitter last year. He does a great job. He's always got good clubs, and they're always in the postseason or right there. It'll be a good challenge, but a lot of respect for Jacksonville State and their coaching staff and what they've done. So I guess you go in there and you play inning to inning and live in the moment, and that's what we're looking forward to doing.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Here with Lady Demon head softball coach Donald Pickett. Donald, you opened your season this past weekend at Troy. Just talk about how it went, the games, how the team's playing.
Well, we had a tough weekend. After a weekend like that, you just got to learn from those things. We ain't really, you can't feel sorry for yourselves because things aren't going exactly how you think they should at this point in time. But had some glimpses of some good things happening, some flashes in all 3 phases of the game, like that we thought we could do, but we just didn't have any consistency this weekend. And it's going to take time to gel early in the year, and we got a lot of newcomers, but returners didn't have that great of a weekend, and I know we all know they can do a lot better than what they did this weekend, and knowing those kids, they'll get back on the right track, and hopefully this coming up home series is what we need.
Speaking of the home series, you open against Mississippi Valley State this weekend. I haven't seen them in a couple years. What do you expect out of that? And
they're a competitive team. They're an NCAA tournament team. Lee does a great job over there with them year in, year out. They've won that. They've been to the NCAAs, I think 6 out of the past 7 years, something like that. They're going to be competitive, and we're going to have to play a lot better ball than we did this weekend. And hopefully we can get out and get to work this week in practice and fix a few of those things and correct some of those things that that we did kind of to ourselves. And we'll just keep building and keep moving forward.
We did see some positives this past weekend. Talk about some of the standouts. Who stood out to you, either newcomers or returners?
Cassandra Bearfield, had a great weekend at the plate. She did her part. She hit a couple of home runs. A couple, she had a double and got a couple RBI big hits for us, drive in some runs for us and give us a chance. We just, Kelly Kincannon, she's a freshman. She hit 2 big home runs against Troy to help us get her a win, on a Friday night. And Michaela Sorziak had a pretty good weekend too as a freshman. Shelby Sells threw a great game against Troy. But we're just looking for more consistency, in all of our players. We've seen them do things, and I think we just need to relax and do the things that we know we can do, have fun playing, and not worry, get wrapped up in putting a lot of pressure on ourselves. I think we did that, and I think the kids were just trying to be a little bit too perfect this weekend. And I think we'll learn from that, and hopefully we'll get it all straightened out, and then have a great weekend at home.
You made a tough schedule for yourselves this year. You're going to Arkansas next week. Talk about some of the tougher opponents that are coming up.
Well, we go to Fayetteville next Wednesday, after this 3-game homestand, and then we go from there to the Frost Classic in Chattanooga, playing a really tough schedule there with Chattanooga, Tennessee Tech, Ohio, Butler. Those are some great competitive teams, and we scheduled this schedule to prepare us for conference play, to make sure we keep challenging ourselves. And there's going to be some ups and downs, but we're hoping it pays off once we get into conference play.